Okay, so if you're over 60, it's pretty common to maybe feel like your most impactful years, maybe even your best years, are sort of done in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, that's a feeling a lot of people mention. You've worked hard, maybe raised a family, navigated all sorts of things life throws at you.
Right. And it's easy to just settle into that mindset of, okay, I've done my part, time to maybe cruise a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But what if? What if
Yeah.
that's not the whole story? Our sources today, what we've been digging into, they suggest something uh, pretty different.
Really different, actually.
That your best years, they might actually still be ahead of you if you choose to make them that way.
That's the core idea.
And that's really our mission today on the deep dive. We want to challenge that widespread belief, the one that says things slow down irrevocably after 60.
Yeah, the idea that it's all downhill.
Exactly. We've been looking at some fascinating source material, trying to pull out insights on how, like, radical life change, reinvention.
Hmm.
It's not just possible after 60.
It's often where things really ignite.
Seriously. We saw these incredible stories, people completely reinventing themselves at 62, building something really meaningful at 70,
Mm-hmm.
finding their true purpose, their calling at 75. It kind of flips the script on aging, doesn't it?
It really does. And what's fascinating here, what the research kept pointing to, is this idea that age itself, it doesn't determine vitality. Not really.
Okay, so if it's not just the years on the calendar, then what is it?
Well, it seems to be much more about belief, what you
No.
believe about your age and your potential.
Belief impacting vitality.
Yeah, profoundly.
Yeah.
The studies we looked at, they dive into how our perceived age can shape our cellular health more than our birth year. There was compelling evidence.
Like what?
Well, like mental exercises, where people focused on feeling younger, actually showed biological markers shifting towards anti-aging. It's not just thinking nice thoughts. It seems to trigger something physiologically.
Wow. Okay.
So this deep dive isn't just about what changes you can make. It's also about why they matter and, maybe most importantly, how they even begin.
Right. The starting point.
And the answer, consistently, across all this material, it starts with a decision, a conscious choice.
Which brings it right back to you, the listener, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because this is really about equipping you,
Yeah.
giving you the mindset shifts, maybe some actionable steps to, intentionally build that next chapter.
Build it with purpose.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And those aha moments, those breakthroughs,
Yeah.
they don't start with like a sudden burst of energy or a windfall of cash.
Yeah.
Our sources are really clear.
Yeah.
It genuinely starts with that single clear decision.
Yeah.
Okay, so decision made, then what? The sources seem to talk a lot about identity and maybe surprisingly your surroundings.
Yes, absolutely. If we look at the bigger picture here, changing your future,
Uh-huh.
it's not just about shuffling your schedule around. It's
Mhm.
deeper. It's about fundamentally shifting what you believe about who you are, your identity.
Identity drives behavior.
It's the engine, yeah. The
Mhm.
material makes a strong case for that. And what's really interesting for people over 60 is how much your environment starts to play a bigger role, or maybe how much more influential it becomes. Well, think about it. You're likely spending more time in familiar places. Maybe your social circle is a bit more set, routines are established.
Sure, that makes sense.
So the research indicates that even small, deliberate changes in your physical space can lead to pretty big shifts in focus, in output.
Like the example of Robert.
Exactly like Robert. He was 74, determined to finally write his book. She just cleared off a small desk, put it in a sunny corner. Simple, right?
Yeah.
But that created a dedicated space. It sort of signaled to his brain, okay, this is writing time. This is the writer's space. And boom, 3 months later, 30,000 words.
Wow. So it wasn't about finding more time out of nowhere.
Not primarily. It was about creating an environment that supported the identity. He was stepping into the identity of a writer. It primed him for it.
So it's more than just tidying up then. It's psychological.
Oh, absolutely. Especially after 60, your environment can really mirror and reinforce your internal story if your space kind of screams winding down.
It's hard to feel like ramping up.
Precisely. Robert clearing his desk wasn't just about organization. It was a statement. I am a writer, and this space supports that. It created this powerful feedback loop, giving him permission to focus.
That's really powerful. Okay, this leads us to another almost provocative idea from the sources. How we think about time itself.
The perception of time.
Yeah, because if you're, say, 60, the data highlights you could realistically have, 17 more active, wise, capable years ahead? Given average life expectancy is around 77 in the U.S.
It's a significant chunk of time, a long time.
Right. Think about it, entire legacies, massive companies like Tesla, SpaceX, they were essentially built or fundamentally shaped in less time than that.
That's a striking comparison.
So this part of your life, it isn't just the epilogue, you know. It might actually be the most important chapter, a season of refinement maybe,
Yeah.
where all that wisdom you've gathered.
And the clarity, the calm that can come with age.
Exactly, where all that peaks. It forces you to rethink what late in life even means.
Which brings up a crucial question. What's the mindset shift needed to really unlock all that?
Yeah, what's the key?
The sources are incredibly clear on this. It's about moving from living mostly for comfort to living for contribution.
Comfort versus contribution.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and the reasoning is pretty direct. Comfort, if that's the only goal, often leads to boredom, just drifting.
I'd say that.
And boredom, subtly, it chips away at confidence, leads to self-doubt, and eventually that can lead to a kind of decay, mentally, maybe even physically.
Whereas contribution.
Contribution creates life. It actively engages you. Our research showed how the brain's reward system lights up with altruism, releasing neurochemicals that fight stress, boost immunity, create purpose. It's like an antidote to decline.
Can you give an example from the sources?
Sure. Think about Charles, 82 years old, living quietly, started volunteering at a local rehab center. His main thing, he just listened to people.
Just listen.
Just listen. Within a year, that center hit its highest recovery rate ever. His simple act of contribution had a massive ripple effect. Or Karen, 73, retired teacher, feeling unfulfilled. She realized, you don't just stop being a teacher, so she started a free after-school program.
Taking her skills.
Exactly. Using her lifetime of experience, she said she was shaping young minds again. Felt more alive than she had in years. It wasn't about huge, grand gestures. It was about finding their way to contribute.
That's really inspiring. So, okay, as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, what's the takeaway here for you, the listener?
Well, we've explored this powerful counter-narrative today, haven't we?
Yeah, that age really isn't the barrier we often think it is. The real enemy, it seems, is stagnation. Just standing still.
Not the number of years.
We've seen how shifting from just, waiting out the years to actively, intentionally living can completely transform things. Remember that guy in Florida?
The one who retired at 62.
Yeah, it felt like he was just waiting. Then decides to start a local nonprofit at 68. And he told the researchers, I've never been this alive.
What a turnaround. Born from one decision.
Incredible.
And connecting this back, changing your future isn't just about a new hobby or schedule change. It's fundamentally about changing what you believe about who you are, your identity.
Right.
And we saw how your environment plays a huge role in that, especially after 60. Small tweaks, like Robert clearing his desk, can unlock massive focus and make writing 30,000 words feel, well, maybe not effortless, but possible. Achievable.
That interplay between identity and environment is key. And like we touched on, rethinking time itself. If you're 60, maybe you've got 17, maybe more, active, wise, capable.
Decades, potentially.
Yeah. Entire legacies get built in less time.
Yeah.
This isn't the wind down. It could honestly be your most vital chapter. A time of refinement where your wisdom really shines.
Which brings us back to that core shift, living for contribution, not just comfort. The sources were so emphatic about this.
They really hammered that point home.
Comfort leading to boredom, then doubt, then decay. But contribution, like Charles listening at 82, helping achieve record recovery rates, or Karen at 73, shaping young minds again.
It creates life.
It creates life, sparks vitality, purpose, real fulfillment.
So what does all this mean for you listening right now? The source material, it feels like it's saying pretty clearly, you are not done. You're not behind. You are absolutely not too late.
In fact,
You might just be getting started. So the question becomes, what story will you still decide to begin today? What chapter is waiting for your voice, your wisdom, your unique contribution?
because your best chapter, it might be the one you haven't even started writing yet.
Your voice matters, maybe now more than ever.